Hello everyone. So today I thought I'll probably talk about Atlassian Community, and this video is basically for people who are looking for answers. Now if you are new to Jira, or if you are maybe looking for some kind of help or suggestions or support, you can always come to the community and ask for questions. And community is a nice place to basically learn. I mean, I come to Atlassian Community to learn. I mean, that is my objective. And when I read these questions, I try to help them. And daily, every day, I try to spend a few minutes, if not half an hour or 1 hour. I do make a point to come here regularly. And what I notice is that Atlassian Community, although it is great, but the platform itself is not really super helpful or intuitive, or the information that you see here is not easily searchable, because most of the questions are not even answered. So that is of course a shame, and I think one reason is that uh, people are not really able to search for the information. I mean, of course the platform is good. When you ask a question on the community, you will get some recommendations, or basically the platform will try to basically help you and guide you, and or at the same time it will make sure that you are presented with some existing questions. And for example, if you look at let us look at this question: can I count the number of times a field get changed, right? And I know how to solve this problem, but the the answers, if let us say someone is able to maybe provide a ready-made solution, then probably they will reply if they have time, or if they're able to see it. So even for us, even for people who are trying to answer, usually we look at the first two pages, or the uh, first couple of, basically when you look at the main page, you click on the pager to go to the next page, and that is it. I mean, this is what I do. I don't really go to the 10th pager, 10th number, 10th page to answer the question. Yeah, I know there are ways to filter it, like filter based on an unanswered question, but you also want to like look at answered questions sometimes. So I don't really use any filter. Now this is probably fine, but if you are asking a question, for example, in this case, this user is trying to uh, get some information. Now, the only thing that you can see here as a user is related community content. So this is probably not massively useful, because you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is it. And I recommend that anyone who is trying to use the community, they should probably, I mean, ask questions. Number one, great, but don't lose hope. You should first go to Google, or maybe after asking, I mean, even if you search on Google, you will land some content on the community. So this is what I think will work. For example, just search for something like count number of times a field gets changed, and type here Jira, because I know this is probably for Jira. And we can see here that this is of course the first question. But second question, so all of these are like community links. So you will probably find community links, or you will probably find my videos. Yeah, I know. Uh, and if you look here, you can see here that people have given some suggestions. Of course, in this case, it is just one answer. But to solve this problem, you can actually use EasyBI. I mean, EasyBI will give you this view. You need to use the history. You need to make sure the history is enabled in the configuration. Like configure, like when you configure EasyBI, you have to select import history. Now there are other ways of doing it. You can write. I mean, it depends on if you're using Scriptner for Jira, or maybe another app, because I'm very much inclined on using in Scriptner. So Scriptner can do it very easily. But this particular video is not really about this problem. It's basically about finding the information. Search in Google first, and then try to ask question on the community. And even if you ask a question on the community and if you found the answer somewhere, come back and answer your own question that yes, I found a solution like this. And usually people don't really, I mean, when you read the questions, it is just a recommendation for anyone who is new to Atlassian ecosystem. I know it is not easy, because when you imagine that if I have to move to a different ecosystem, let us say ServiceNow or Monday.com, if I'm looking for something, I'll probably go to the community, I'll search online. But usually if the tool that you're trying to use is not really a new tool, for example, Jira is not new. Jira has been there for close to, I think it has been 20 years now, right? But even this community has been there for a long time. There are a lot of people who post things online, like me, and you will definitely find something. So do your research and don't lose hope. I know that people sometimes get frustrated, so they ask question and then they ask one more question, or basically they add a comment to their own post that can someone reply. The thing is that people here who come to the community, they are all volunteers. We don't really get paid, right, from Atlassian. Maybe they should pay us, or maybe some of these community leaders are sponsored by their employees. Most of them are usually Atlassian partners, so it is a bit of a promotion that they also get to do. But I think if you're looking for answers, then do a bit more research. The platform is not bad, but it is not really the best platform, to be honest, to search for information. So you can see here that there is a search option here on top. It works, and it is of course not really that powerful if you compare it with Google. Even if you search on Google, you can limit the search to community. You will actually find a lot of information, because sometimes you might not get the direct answer, but you might get maybe a similar answer that will probably give you enough pointers to get started. All right, that is all I wanted to talk about today in this video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and you learned something new. Bye bye.